And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and movie review for the brand new Timothy Chalamet, Hugh Grant film, Wonka, directed by Paul King. Now, Wonka is the prequel story of the Willy Wonka movie that, Gene Wilder did back, I think, in the 70s. Great film, by the way, the original one, if you've not seen it. And I quite like the Johnny Depp one, too. Very different, but still enjoyed it. Okay, so when we first meet Willy Wonka, he's a very young guy. He's got a pep in his step, and he's very excited about people trying out his chocolate. So he goes to a new town. He comes ashore. People are friendly. Unfortunately, when he gets there, he ends up meeting a bunch of chocolatiers who pretty much run shop. There are 3 different chocolatiers, each have different versions of their chocolate. They pretty much run the empire of what chocolate is. And Wonka, being in a small fish in a big pond, kind of gets his toes a little wet too much. And these chocolatiers are not happy about Wonka showing up and showing the people his magical chocolate. And they try to pretty much sabotage him with any means necessary of what they can do. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that this movie is actually pretty dang good. I really enjoyed the heck out of this film. I thought that the pacing was great. It didn't feel like, okay, come on, enough with the music, enough, because this has musical moments in here. Get to the good stuff. It wasn't like that. Every moment in this film was actually really, really great. You had Jordan Peele in this movie as well. He was fantastic as well. I said not Jordan Peele. Was it Jordan Peele? Anyway, he plays a cop. He was great. The main cop guy. He was great. You had Hugh Grant play a Oompa Loompa, which I'll get to in a minute. But let me talk about Timothy Chalamet. I think he did a phenomenal job playing the Gene Wilder type of Wonka, where he's kind of silly, over the top, and all he cares about is his chocolate. He befriends a young girl named Noodles, I believe, and they become friends. And then you get that sense of Wonka, caring for children. But sometimes this is before he starts teaching naughty children kind of a lesson in a way. So you kind of get that, oh, so he does have a nurturing side when it comes to children, except for just Charlie in the original movie. Because if you watch the other movie and you see how he treats children, it's kind of like, he used to be nice to children. So something's going to happen to him where he actually eventually changes. But we're not there yet, so maybe a sequel to this, but who knows. But, yeah, he has a great relationship with the girl. She's an orphan. She kind of, falls for Wonka's magical chocolate. And, she starts helping him out to pretty much get his chocolate out there and help, the town get rid of, I guess the what they call in the film the cartel of the chocolate world. These 3 big tycoon guys who run the chocolate empire, and they're the ones who want to make sure that their chocolate is number one and not Wonka's. So I thought that stuff really, really worked. I thought that stuff was great. The musical moments were great. Some of the music was more catchy than others, including the Bad Guy song. So I thought that was really great. Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa, chef's kiss, perfection. I only have one negative about this film, and I'm gonna get to it in a minute. But yeah, like I said, I thought this movie actually kind of felt like a little bit of a Annie, a little bit, and also kind of had that same warm fuzzy feeling, kind of like not Ted Pennington. So obviously there, so that made me feel happy with this film. I thought that stuff really worked. My only negative about this film was the fact that I kind of wish we got to see more Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa. Because once he shows up on screen, it's like, you don't want him to leave the screen. You want him to be in the movie more. But, you get what you get. But he was great. I enjoyed the whole backstory of why the Oompa Loompas was kind of following Wonka to his journey and why they were like kind of connected. So I kind of like that story behind it. So I thought that was great. The bad guys were cool. Kind of make, kind of wonder where they end up in the original film. but maybe a sequel to this can actually explain a little bit more what happens to these guys, because they're part of the lore with Wonka in the other original movie. So, but I thought everything worked. Like I said, the music was great. There was even another kind of not a bad guy per se in this movie, but there was kind of a like a grumpy woman character in here. She was great. I thought she worked really well. She was kind of like the adopted mother of the orphan, so she was kind of like an orphan Annie. Annie, her caretaker, kind of like that. She played Miss Kerrigan, I think her name was, from the anime movie. Kind of like that. She was great, so I thought that worked. Yeah, the humor was great. The music was great. It wasn't like music story. It didn't really drag out, so I thought that stuff really, really set the tone for the film. Overall, great film. If you guys are fans of the Willy Wonka film, I'm not talking about the Johnny Depp one, I'm talking about the original one, you're gonna enjoy it. If you're not a fan, it might not be for you. If you just don't like musicals, well, hate to disappoint. There's some musical moments in here, and they're kind of catchy. So, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be nominated for Oscars, but well, pretty catchy. So there's that. Timothy Chalamet once again proves what a great actor he is. He did a really good job with the character, kind of being Gene Wilder, but also making the character his own. So I thought that worked really well. Hugh Grant was great. I like seeing him pop up in anything because he's a good actor. And yeah, like I said before, I do wish Rooney got a little bit more Oompa Loompas. But overall, fantastic film. I enjoyed it. It's probably going to be in my top 10 list somewhere. But, we'll get there. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this film. Are you guys big Willy Wonka fans? Not big fans of it? Do you guys like the original? The Johnny Depp version? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Did you guys read the book? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay tuned for more. And thank you very much. And have a good night.